The last week has been a buzz about a murder of a fiancé by his girlfriend, orchestrated by lovers to the T. The method was absolutely planned, strategized, and everything was put in place that it really appeared like a crime from a thriller series. The whole ideology behind this was that the fiancé would be gotten rid of in what appeared like an accident. What both the girl and her lover did not realize is that sooner or later the cat would come out of the bag. The memes that were being made were calling this boy, the fiancé who unfortunately lost his life or was murdered, as a simp. What is a simp? This is today's episode on what is. A simp, in simple terms, is actually a simpleton, a person who usually is referred to as someone who's a desperate lover, who finds it hard to accept rejection, who constantly needs a romantic partner, and who constantly is submissive, subservient, and pretty much like a beggar, begging for acceptance and unrequited love, and sometimes falls prey to manipulative behavior. Who, according to you, was the simp here? According to me, both were simps. Both were simpletons, but in different ways. The boy who was murdered was a simp in the way that he possibly would have noticed a reluctant bride. He would have realized that there were some red flags which were showcasing themselves, but unfortunately, he didn't take any cognizance or notice of it. Why do people avoid accepting truths and then lead themselves to simp-like behavior? Because denial is a great defense mechanism. If he had accepted that this fiancé of his was a reluctant bride, did not want to marry, and was possibly going to reject him, it would have been too threatening for him to accept and face. So a simp or a simpleton is usually someone who is needy. The minute you and I become needy, we go into some form of denial. We refuse to accept truths, we don't see reality, we do not accept what stares us in the face. To me, even the girl was a simp. In one way, very courageous to carry out something so gruesome, and yet so simple that she did not understand that when it came to backtracking and possibly interrogating her and her lover, the cat would come out of the bag. What she forgot was that all the questioning and the interrogation that she would be subjected to would have her unable to cope. The second aspect that makes us simps, or actually leads us to such simplistic thinking, is our ability to delude ourselves or to fool ourselves. She fooled herself to believe that she would have the emotional wherewithal to withstand the police questioning. She fooled herself to believe that there would be no investigation, even though it appeared like an accident. She deluded herself that somehow by magic everything would vanish and things would fall into place. So, when you and I feel threatened by the fact that something may go wrong, we just completely chloroform our mind and believe that everything will be right. We basically believe the things will fall into place, that nothing will be discovered. And this is exactly, unfortunately, what the girl thought. So the boy was a simp because of his denial and his inability to accept the truth, possibly that he was not wanted. The girl was a simp even though she was courageous to carry out something so meticulously, but was simplistic in not understanding that she would break down when actually she was put under the scanner. How can we stop being simps? I believe two aspects. One, accept truths. Reality will not kill us. Yes, it may discomfort us. Had this boy accepted rejection, possibly he would be alive today. And two, let's not delude and fool ourselves that things will just become all right. You and I have to plan and prepare before we take steps, because things just don't happen by magic. We actually participate in making things happen. And just believing that somehow things will fall into place is one of the ways that leads us to being too simplistic. If you like what you hear, please do hit the like button. Please do share my video, and of course continue to write to me at varkha@varkhachalani.com. Till next week, it's goodbye and thank you.